Today is a Monday, October 23, 2023. Israel-Hamas conflict, EU discusses Israel-Hamas in Luxembourg. Gaza Health Ministry says the loss of life outperforms 5,000, EU foreign ministers talk Israel-Hamas in Luxembourg. Health experts in Gaza said more than 5,000 individuals were killed since the October 7 beginning of the conflict between Palestinian assailant bunch Hamas and Israel. More than 15,000 have been harmed, the authorities said. It is more than about 14 days since the Palestinian aggressor bunch Hamas sent off its attack on Israel, killing no less than 1,400 individuals and taking more than 200 prisoners. A full acquiescence of Hamas and the arrival of Israeli prisoners could end Israel's conflict in the Gaza Strip, Israel Defense Force Representative Jonathan Conricus told ABC Radio Melbourne. The point here is to destroy Hamas from its tactical abilities completely. In the event that should be possible from the air, and with deadlock measures, with extremely restricted openness to our soldiers and less harm on the ground, that would be perfect, he added. In the meantime, the European Association's top negotiator Josep Borrell on Monday required a delay in the continuous struggle between Israel and Palestinian assailant bunch Hamas, to permit the conveyance of compassionate aid into the Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip earnestly needs fuel, UN Alleviation Office says. The blockaded Gaza Strip needs fuel supplies as frantically as it does water and food resources, an expert for the UN Office for Palestine Dislodged Individuals, UNRWA, said Monday. No fuel has come into Gaza all through the past 14 days, UNRWA head of external relations Tamara Al-Rifai told CNN in a TV interview, and without fuel, it will not be possible to bypass Gaza in our trucks and scatter help or to drive the water desalination plants and get flawless drinking water or to control crisis centers and their life-saving machines. She added that the watchmen of charitable aid that have entered the Gaza Strip since the week's end address a stream of the volume of arrangements expected to help the non-military staff people of the region. These trucks truly just hold back a negligible portion of what is required, given the huge, enormous philanthropic necessities, she said, taking note that the Gaza Strip recently got about 100 trucks of compassionate aid and fuel each day. Israel cut off its own conveyances of water, fuel, food and power to the Gaza Strip and won't restore them, on the reason that they would uphold the powers of the Palestinian assailant bunch Hamas positioned inside the region. Pro-Palestinian activists in Hague block access to global court. Dutch specialists have secured 19 activists who are involved in the entry to the worldwide lawbreaker court, fighting Israel's conflict in Gaza. The activists, related to the Termination Resistance Bunch, held onto a scaffold before the court in The Hague while showing a standard that blamed Israeli state head Netanyahu for being a conflict criminal. The show made no unsettling influence on the ICC's typical exercises. The circumstance was tended to by the ICC security with the police, Sonia Robla, ICC representative, said. After concise confinement, the police delivered the activists, who then, at that point, joined a little support of Palestinian dissent outside the ICC's premises. The Dutch part of this extremist gathering, essentially centered around environmental change, has coordinated a few favorable to Palestinian occasions since the conflict began on October 7. Analysis: do Israeli ground troops know what's in store? Andreas Krieg, the senior speaker in security studies at Rulers School London, says Israeli ground powers will be confronted with a very tough spot. Nothing has at any point been finished on that scale. This is an extraordinary conflict concerning the extensity, and the metropolitan climate couldn't be any more troublesome, he told Al Jazeera, saying he anticipated the two ambushes and traps. Krieg likewise contended that as far as the metropolitan battle and the current fighting, this is more awful than anything that we've seen basically since the Second World War. I'm expressing that considering the way that notwithstanding the way that you are working in a confined metropolitan space, you are working in a space where there is an open ground and there is an underground, with 70-meter tunnels that have been developed with concrete. These are trying to invade while Israel can't really include the full deftness of its military along with its numerical transcendence against Hamas fighters, he added. Palestinian state leader Mohammed Shtayyeh has faulted Western nations for giving Israel a grant to kill in its contention against Gaza. "We denounce the explanations that comprise a permit to kill and give Israel political cover to commit slaughters and spread obliteration in Gaza," he said. Prior, we provided details regarding his remarks, wherein he alludes to an Israeli homicide and criminal machine in the assaulted seaside territory. The Israeli armed force says it has thwarted the robot assault from Gaza that we revealed before. 2 UAVs were distinguished intersection from the Gaza Strip into an Israeli area, the military said, close to the Nir Ounce and Ain Habsa regions. Both UAVs were ruined. Hamas via web-based entertainment guaranteed liability regarding the assault, saying Israeli troop stations were the objectives. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the channel.